Welcome to University of Bedfordshire's UCAS and personal statement session. In this session we will look at how you make your UCAS application, some information you'll need to provide for that application, and essentially how to start thinking about writing your personal statement, the content of your personal statement, and how you might like to write it. So who are UCAS? Well, UCAS are the University and College Admission Service. It's how you make your application to university. The majority of students will make their application to UK universities through UCAS. So you don't apply directly to any university, you make one application via the UCAS website that then gets sent off to your chosen universities. And you can apply up to 5 different universities or courses. On your application will include important information such as your current exam grades, predicted grades, where you wish to study. Your school or college will provide a reference, and you essentially have to write a personal statement, and this is the key part of your application. This is the UCAS website. Do take a look at it. There is a lot of information and advice on here for you. Lots of resources, and as you can see along the bottom of the slide there, you've got a guide to how to fill out your application, how to write your personal statement, lots of videos there, and there's a tariff point calculator for you to utilize as well. I do suggest you use UCAS a lot. This is the UCAS calendar. So if you're applying for entry in 2021, you'll be able to register from June of this year. You can't submit your application though generally until the second week of September, so second week of September in 2020. Anyone applying for any medicine, dentistry, veterinary science or veterinary medicine courses, or indeed if you're applying to Oxford and Cambridge, you have an earlier application deadline than other candidates. You will need to have your application completed by the 15th of October. However, your school or college may have an earlier internal deadline for you to follow so that they can check your application, make sure your reference is ready, check your personal statement before getting it sent off. Everybody else will need to apply by the middle of January. This is the standard UCAS deadline. However, again, your school or college may have an internal deadline, perhaps before the end of the first term of the year, for you to complete your university or UCAS application. You can make an application after the 15th of January. However, your application will be marked late and will not be processed in as quickly as those on-time applications. In March, UCAS has something called UCAS Extra that becomes available. This allows you to make an application one course or one university at a time until you are successful, if you are not successful in your first 5 choices. Then in June, July and August, we have clearing becoming available. The main activity for clearing is usually around A-level results day. And this is where universities will publish the lists of courses where they still have vacancies. So if you don't get a place through the main cycle, or you would choose to apply during clearing, this is another opportunity for you to access a place at university. You'll make an application via that link there. Your school or college will give you a buzzword. This links your application to the school or college. This means that they can see it, means they can track your progress on it, and it also means they can upload your predicted grades and your reference. As mentioned earlier, you can apply up to 5 choices. However, if you're making an application for medicine, dentistry or veterinary based courses, you can only apply up to 4 choices. However, you can have a 5th additional biomedical science choice if you wish. Your application process isn't free. The cost is £20 if you just make one choice. If you apply to more than one choice, the cost is £26. Now, the key part of your application will be your personal statement. All undergraduate students must complete them. They are an essential part of the application process. And yes, they are read by universities and colleges. They are not ignored. They are a chance for you to tell universities why we should make you an offer, why you're suitable for the course that you hope to study. In many cases, you will not be interviewed. So it is solely your reference and your personal statement and your predicted grades that universities will base their decisions on. If you are applying for an interviewed course, your personal statement is still important. It will help with shortlisting for universities when they are looking at who to interview before they make any decisions. And often admissions staff will use the information on your personal statement to decide whether they should make you an offer over another student that perhaps has similar experiences or grades to you. The key thing with your personal statement is to make yourself stand out. You could be applying for a course where there are thousands of applicants. So you need to be positive, make yourself stand out for the right reasons, but be concise. Do not repeat any information which is already on your application form. Spend some time getting this right. It is the one chance you have. Use the summer or use the springtime to make sure you've got your personal statement ready so that when you start your application or you finish your application in the autumn term, it is ready to go and of a good quality. Don't plagiarise your application. I'll talk more about plagiarism shortly. You don't have a lot of room on the UCAS application to complete your personal statement. You can enter up to 4,000 characters, and that includes spaces, and 47 lines of text. So it's around one side of A4. Check out the UCAS website, as I've already mentioned, for advice on writing your application and your personal statement, and make sure you get some help from your school or your college. So what should you cover in your personal statement? Well, it is a personal statement, so there is no set rules, but some things we think you should include in your personal statement are your reasons for choosing the course. But don't say because I'm going to enjoy it. Give us a little bit more about than that. What does it mean for your career aspirations? Why do you think you'll be suitable for that course? Where do you see that course taking you in the long term? If you've had some career ambitions, tell us about them. Include them in your personal statement. Demonstrate to us that you've got the capability for high level study. Can you work independently? Can you motivate yourself to hit deadlines? Where have you demonstrated your academic ability so far? You might like to tell us about why you want to go to university over, say, getting a job or an apprenticeship or spending a year travelling. Show why you're suitable for the course. What relevant research have you done? Are you up to date with developments within the field you're hoping to apply for? What are your skills and experiences? And skills and experiences are really key. We do need to know about your jobs, your placements, your work experience. But don't just say you've done it. Give us a bit more information than that. Tell us what skills you gained from it. How is it important? Why is it relevant to your chosen course? And then final point, we like to know a little bit about you. What do you do in your spare time? What abilities or achievements do you have? What responsibilities do you hold, say, in work or in your community? We like to know that you are a well-rounded person. However, I'd recommend that this is no more than 10 to 15% of your overall personal statement. Some hints and tips. You're applying to go to university, so your spelling, punctuation and grammar must be good. Consider this to be your first impression that you make to a university. If your opening line of your personal statement has spelling mistakes, it's not a good start. Give your statement structure. Don't let it waffle, don't repeat yourself, make sure it's got paragraph structure so it's nice and easy to read. Avoid obvious sweeping statements, I read, I socialise. Avoid listing and bullet points, try and keep it in paragraph format. If you're applying for any combined or joint honour courses, make sure you address both subjects, don't ignore one over the other. And a key point, you only have one personal statement. It goes to all 5 of your choices. So make sure you apply to courses that are very similar or exactly the same so that your application makes sense and it makes your job of writing the personal statement that little bit easier. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to get in touch with us.